Happy.
We're happy.
Are we going left over here?
Yeah, no, we're going left, yeah. I can't find Greg and Lucky.
Well, no, you're not going to find it on the radio. It's online.
Oh.
Season 2, Episode 8, Greg and Lucky's Happy Hour. We're going again.
Yes, here we are again. Welcome. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm very good. I'm very good, Lucky. How are you? It's not always the morning. You can listen to this podcast whenever you like. You can get it on demand.
Yes, I saw somebody listen to it, ended off their Monday with it on Twitter. So thank you to that person.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Thing is, elephants never
Let me
forget.
say their name.
We're nothing like elephants.
We're nothing like elephant. I think it's rude if I don't say who this person's name is.
Yes, okay. Yeah, you find that. The reason we do this is just so that you can feel a little bit happier because we know how tough the world can be at the moment.
Yes, tough.
Things can drag you down, the news. You know, my father-in-law calls it the horror.
Nzako. Thank you, Nzako, for listening to it yesterday.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to this whenever you are.
Yes.
And watching.
Yes,
and
sir.
subscribing. We're up to 230 something. Yeah.
So we're doing well.
Big numbers, champ.
We're doing big numbers now.
Watch out. We are coming for you, PewDiePie.
That show is. Have you watched that stuff?
Don't take on the world's biggest YouTuber.
No. I'm just saying. Have you watched it?
No.
Yeah, it's something. It's special.
It's special.
Yeah.
We've got about an hour with you just to try and make you feel a bit happier. We've got some of our regulars. We've got the question crane. We've got the shit tank coming back. We got game changers.
What would Lucky do? Apparently, you brought something that want to ask me what I would do.
Yeah, it's not a moral dilemma. Normally, we always want to find out because if you've been watching the podcast, you'll know Lucky's just such a good guy. He's like one of those www. What would Jesus do? Bangles. Just what would Lucky do? You know, before you do anything bad, you should be always going, oh, what would Lucky do? Let me not do this.
Yes. Yeah.
Now,
yes,
it's actually about a crime.
Oh, okay.
Crime always adds a little bit of it's the salt and pepper to a story.
Yes,
you know
it is. Yeah.
So we'll get into that. That's coming up. Do you have any reasons to feel happy?
So I had last week was my wife's birthday. I mean, I asked you. Thank you for all the suggestions. Thank you, Ruth, for helping out. People were sending me messages on what to do but the birthday's already over.
You ignored everybody's suggestion.
No, the birthday's already over.
Yes.
So
we'll save it for next year.
No, for next year, and also for special occasions, which is nice. So thank you.
Because you'll celebrate for any flipping reason.
I don't give a damn. It's Tuesday, baby.
That's the spirit, though. You know, it keeps you happy.
But that's why I never buy her flowers on special occasion. I buy her randomly flowers.
Oh yeah.
Then she just
wow. That's the trick.
Yeah.
You don't ever buy flowers on a special occasion.
Such a rookie mistake.
It's just what up? It's
Thursday. I gotta tell you this. So we have we recorded a podcast last week, and then I ask you for ideas, and then I go and look for
which you ignored my ideas
exactly. But I go and look for presents for her, and I get to the shop and I buy her this gift, and the lady goes, "Oh, so when's her birthday?" So I go, "Oh, no, it's tomorrow." So the lady goes, oh, man, always leaving it to the last moment, eh? So I go, yeah, you know. She goes, well, at least you're better than the men who buy it on the day. So now I'm thinking to myself, so I say to the lady, like, who's waking up and buying presents on the day? She's like, yeah, no, but there are some men who like come and they're like, listen, I need something for my wife for today. So then I say this to my wife, I tell my wife the story, and she goes, so I'm like, yo, what kind of men is it? She goes, the men that don't wake up with their wives. And then I was like, Jesus, like, and then I thought about it.
Why are they working off site?
Yeah, they're like on a business trip.
No, business trip.
Fly back from Cape Town. Oh, baby, I got you this. That's heavy, bro.
Yeah, that is heavy.
Yeah.
What would you end up getting her, if you don't mind?
I got her. She's got. We ended up getting for our ladies. We got the Pandora stuff. Remember Pandora?
Yes, really? So it's like a bracelet, and you get trinkets.
You get trinkets.
And it's not the right word, but it's those things that go on the bracelet.
Yes. Now she said to me, "Listen, babe, before I had Diego, you got me a little boy thing.
So now you got a little girl.
But this one is, dude, it's so cool. Like, it looks like a little girl. She's got ponytails, but it goes onto the bracelet. She's got little ponytails, and she's got a little like doo-doo thing that she holds on her hand, and then she's got a dummy in her mouth, and it's pink. So the whole thing's silver.
Okay.
Yeah. But
the more you talk, you're not going to sell me any more on it.
So the reason
that's nice. Well,
the reason I feel happy is I went out for dinner with her, and I had wine. They offered us a glass of wine with the meal, and my wife couldn't drink it because she ordered the meal. So I drank it, and it was a Sauvignon Blanc.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, Cabernet.
Cab Sav.
Cab
Yeah, the
Sav.
Cab
Cab
Sav.
Sav. Sorry, I'm a rookie in this game.
Yeah.
And I just had them. It was so good, bro. Like, I'm still thinking about this wine. It's like 5 days later.
Best thing about wine for me is it's my favorite Jesus miracle. Like
All the miracles.
look, he did some incredible
I
stuff.
thought the walking on water was pretty dope.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Look, I wouldn't want to rank him, but I'd say the wine one for me stands out.
because when he did
So,
the
what did
wine,
you like? Yeah,
when he did the
wine.
wine, he gave everyone bread and wine.
No. That was a fish. He did a fish and bread.
Oh, fish and bread. Oh, the
He made
wine.
it go the long way.
wine one was when he was poured the water.
Yeah. Well, they ran
Yeah.
out of wine, and it was like, bottle stores were closed. So he didn't want to let the party go down.
Imagine you're at home and you're like, guys, don't worry. Give me a bottle of water. Which one? Yeah, the one that's in that one.
No, it's 7:30. We can't go to the bottle store.
Don't worry, it's okay.
Don't worry. I know this guy.
Yeah.
He's in Palestine.
Is it David Blaine? No. It's a different guy.
He was open about 2,000 years ago.
Yeah. And then like how, like if I was at a party and somebody was turning water into wine, listen, you don't know me, but I'm a big fan of yours.
I love your work.
Oh, have we met before? No. But I follow you. I follow you. Yeah. No, but I've never.
So did you enjoy the wine?
I loved it, bro. It was so good.
So is that your reason to feel good? You
My
think you
reason-
might get into wine?
I think I might be. So everybody, if you're new in this podcast now,
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, welcome. But if you're old in the podcast, you've been with us since the beginning. Greg and I created a list for 2020 of things to do, like get yourself. This is before we knew about the pandemic.
Oh yeah, it was to make 2020 the most interesting year.
Yeah,
It got ticked off as interesting.
So Greg and I started doing stuff. So we both had one, and then we like put it online, and you could download it. I'll repost it in the comment system. I will. I did a different link.
The pulled pork recipe, because Lucky doesn't follow through with his promises.
So, anyways,
So you didn't do the pulled
no, I
pork
didn't
recipe.
put that. No, but was I put it on this podcast, or was I go back?
I need you to go back.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll go back. Sorry. Anyway, and then
Or if you want to just do a dump, just dump all the links here.
all the link. So Greg and I ended up doing it, and doing learning how to drink red wine was on my list.
One of the things, like go do wine tasting and whatnot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed it, and I thought because the thing is, I feel like I only have one alcohol. I'm a beer guy. You know, I'll have a brandy with you, whatever. But I'm a beer guy. Beer's my thing. You know, I go far for beer. But like when I had the wine, I was like, yo, this is nice. Yeah. So what about you? What was your reason?
We went out for lunch with my family on Sunday afternoon.
Oh, what's
really
the
nice. We didn't go to them. We went out. And we
Did
went
you go to your favorite Italian restaurant?
No. We went to my hood though. We went to the Vale, but then we were in Bedford View.
Man, you must have felt like a pleb there.
Where the
Bro, have you
Tashes is.
Have you seen the people there?
No, you see, this is the thing.
money.
My reason to feel good is I didn't feel like a pleb.
Oh.
There was some kind of flippin' car show going on. Every single Jimmy and his Timmy were driving up to the boom of the shopping mall, going and revving their car. And I just thought to myself, I'm so happy that I never ever got into that.
Into revving or cars?
Cars in general, because I appreciate a car. It drives. It looks nice.
Yeah.
It indicates well
Yeah.
and goes very fast on the highway. But when you got that kind of thing making the puff in the exhaust, I've played Need for Speed.
So you know
I've
what's
seen
funny?
Fast and the Furious.
You know what's funny is so there's always that funny saying, you can't buy a class or whatever. But then there's some
But you can buy a subwoofer for your Ford Fiesta.
no, but there's some hobbies or activities that brings a class down or up. So wine,
is this in your personal opinion?
no. Wine brings a class up.
Depends if you're having it in a glass or a box.
That is true. Forgot about that.
See, cars,
Yeah.
the same thing. When
No.
you've got a garage full of Porsches, it's a little bit different
The class is up.
to your souped up Taz.
Yeah. You're spending
drilled holes in the exhaust for sound.
You're spending so much money on a souped up like Golf One, City Golf. That you could have bought the Merc.
But there were every kind of car you could think was souped up. There was a gold Mercedes. There was this orange, like bright orange Ford Focus, and I was just like, buggers. And then there was a City Golf as well, also. Ooh, and I just thought to myself, I'm so glad I never got into this.
Vin Diesel is Vin Diesel here. Is Vin Diesel here? Is anyone seen?
Who's racing?
Yeah, it's about
There
family.
was a car show. There was we spoke to the waiter, and the waiter said to us, he was like, he's like, they tell us not to park in the front, they tell us to park in the back because we're the staff.
Yeah.
And the parking's for main people, but in the back parking lot, this show was going on. And he was like, thank goodness I didn't park down there because they had all these souped up cars and then they would have seen his cut car. And he was like, and people would have been walking past my car and be like, what's this doing here at the car show?
Jeez.
So I'm glad I didn't get into it. Yeah. There's lots of things I've got into, and I'm glad that was not one of them. That's a reason for me to feel happy. If you've ever got a reason to feel happy, we'd love to hear about it.
Yeah.
Maybe you've just got into cars and you were at a car show in Bedford View.
Yeah. Maybe you feel good about yourself because you're not judging other people like we are.
We just came in hot on the judgmental train there.
Next up. Oh, God.
We got game changers coming up in just a little bit. We always want you to get in touch with us. Please comment in the sections below.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little bit of a recap today. I'll talk about some things.
You got 2 recaps.
And also, you can get hold of us on our WhatsApp line, 084-442-4545. What are you going to teach me?
I want to teach you a cool relationship thing. And not teach you, I'm just going to help you. This is actually, I think it's actually, it could be a game changer. No, it's not a game changer. But it just helps young relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm too far gone there. Bitcoin. It's not a little bit of a coin. It's a financial transaction system that uses blockchain in order for people to transact.
All right. You're going to have to simplify it even more. But I understand what you're saying, but yes.
Game changer.
Yeah, you could say that.
But could change the game.
Although, listen, you can buy a part of a coin, of a Bitcoin. You can.
Just a bit of the coin.
Just a bit of the coin.
But it's not an actual coin.
No, it's not. It's
That's the thing.
Virtual money.
It all runs off this thing called blockchain. I've got no idea how any of them work.
Yeah.
Although today's game changer does relate to that. Have you heard about NFTs?
Yeah, NFT. It's on your phone, isn't it?
That's SMS? No. Not the Bluetoothy thingy
Okay.
that Huawei has on their phones.
Okay, so it's not that. Oh, that's NFC.
NFC.
That's NFC.
NFTs are non-fungible tokens.
Okay.
Now, let me explain to you. The word fungible means like almost, I think it's replicable. You can't copy it. So when it's non-fungible, it means you cannot copy this token. Okay? These things, non-fungible tokens, now and have for a while existed in the blockchain. So the blockchain comes with various cryptocurrencies. How a blockchain works exactly, I don't really have an idea, but it's a bunch of things that, it keeps track of transactions and a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
Inside this NFT, this non-fungible token, you can record data.
Okay.
But that data is not replicable.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
In a sense.
That makes it good because
it defines ownership.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good because then people can't copy and say, no, but I also have that.
Yes, but it can be copied. I'll explain in a second. The thing is, so Ethereum is a different type of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And they also have a blockchain, and a lot of these NFTs run inside their, this NFT runs inside their blockchain. I know this is very confusing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. People are starting to sell artwork and other things inside these non-fungible tokens.
Okay, yeah. I've heard that Elon Musk.
So the first South African, the first one has gone over R1 million now, or might have been even R1 billion, where you're buying this digital entity. The NBA, instead of trading cards, has started to catch little moments. So like, a Michael Jordan slam dunk.
Yes, the first one is Miami Heat dancing.
Or whatever. So it's these moments that they are now storing in this non-fungible token.
Okay.
which then you become the owner of. So you pay to own that. Now, obviously, this is where it starts cooking my brain. Obviously, you and I can go and watch that clip anywhere.
Yeah, and
We can see that. I can reproduce
I can
it.
share it. I can post it on Twitter.
There's always a way for you to kind of...
Giphy, done.
But the thing is this is just the beginning of these non-fungible tokens. It may remove the deeds office in terms of buying a house. If you could encode ownership of property on that, then I can transfer it to you if you pay me for it.
And then I don't have to have a broker.
That's possibly the way in which you
I don't-
will have to have brokers, because you'll need a way to access the blockchain in a sense.
So you'll
But
have digital brokers.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this is just the beginning of something that could be a massive game changer. So initially, now this is also, I'm going to half-ass describe this. I don't think I've done it very well. But initially it started out as many things on the internet with cats.
Yeah, memes. So I think memes were the first to be sold.
Yeah. So they saw this thing. But what people would do is they would sell a cat and another cat. And those two cats, they would merge them and create a digital new cat, a brand new, unique item.
Okay.
And from that...
It's like I'm in science class.
Oh, sorry, yeah. But anyway, the thing is that this is apparently it's really bad for the environment, because apparently all these computers that are running and holding the blockchain are charging a lot of electricity. But I think that's something that the world is going to sort of figure out in a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
So can I ask, is Elon Musk defending this? Is he saying, yeah, this is cool? This is happening?
I think lots of people are into it. Jack Dorsey has put his first tweet as a non-fungible token.
Yes, that was his first.
And has tried to sell that ownership to somebody, and I think people have bought it. He's given the money to charity, like $80,000 or something.
Yeah, I remember. So I remember when so that was the big thing behind that, when he sold his first tweet.
Yeah.
And then I saw that there were people selling memes on these non-fungible tokens, and then people were like, but then you can access the meme, but then they were saying, but it's the ownership of it, of owning that meme. But then I think what they should do is, so you know those guys who are the memes, Bad Luck Brian,
the faces
like
of
Bad
memes.
Luck Brian should own that, or he should own half of it at least. So then, say Lucky buys Bad Luck
so
Brian.
that's where this gets.
Complex.
It gets incredible. You can have a sell-on fee. You can have, so if Lucky buys that thing, you can have 5% goes to that guy. And then you can have maybe 10% of your next sale goes to the previous owner.
Okay.
That's the big kicker why people love the blockchain, is because everything can be built in and structured and
everything
perfectly
will be seen, and
understood.
everything's recorded.
Yes, and it all is recorded. That's a big thing. So one of the things they're saying now is for artists.
Yeah.
Apparently the high-end art game is really difficult to get in.
Yeah.
Because, you've got to know the right people, and then you've got to get into a gallery, and you've got to get sold, and you've got to get recognized.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, like artists who are good are going to be able to sell their works and their ownership to it on these NFTs.
Jeez. Okay, that's complex. I was going to tell you about my game changer, but that seems a little dull right now.
No, I think let's go for let's dumb it down a little.
Are we going to dumb it down?
Okay, cool. Well, I was just saying, Google it if you want to find out the real story.
Well, listen, I mean, you know what the funny thing is? It's I believe in, even if you don't, you're not going to research it maybe, or maybe you're not interested in it, it's good that you know the gist of it. Because the gist of it is better than saying, I don't want to have to know that. Because you know what I'm saying? Because people do. Technology scares people, bro. People get like, no, it's easier not to know. Like I've decided I'm just going to get back on TikTok. I'm not going to go onto it. I'm just going to get back onto it because, like, dude, have you seen now? Companies now, everyone is going on TikTok. Like, I reckon Facebook is going to be, not now, but in the next 10 or 15 years, it's going to be phased out. Instagram will be the big Facebook, and TikTok is going to be, like, there'll be more different social medias are coming up now. They're going to, and people are, obviously our attention spans beginning fucking less and less, and sorry, excuse me, but it's going to be, we're moving away from the Facebook, and we're going like these 15, but it's good to know. It's good to know. That's all I'm saying. It's good to know. You might not
I think that's your worst prediction ever, is that we're getting rid of Facebook.
Nostra de lucky right here, brother.
Hey, yo.
Nostra de lucky
Okay,
right
you're
here.
delaying. What are the delay tactics for? What is your shitty game
My
changer?
game changer is very, very basic and so stupid and dumb, but it's
the spirit.
It's a game changer nonetheless. So if you go into your kitchen, or if you're lucky enough to have a scullery, you'll see where your washing machine and what's the name are attached. Above them, it's usually above the counter. So the counter will be here. You'll have your washing machine or your dryer, and above it you'll see there's 2 taps.
Yes.
Now, if you have children like myself and they climb on the counter or they ask you to put them on there, they'll turn the taps. And sometimes
Then they'll turn them off, or they'll turn them on,
But
and then they'll stuff up
it's
your
not like a
washing
normal
machine.
tap where
can see.
righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, you don't know.
Yeah.
So you don't know when the water's flowing or not. So the game changer is, and it's very dumb and very silly, but it helps. When you know that the tap is on and you're like, okay, now, because then what happens is it's on, you turn the machine
You
on.
take out a Cokie and then you draw the line.
Yes, you mark it. And then when your kid does turn it, you know that, okay, listen, that line needs to line up with this line. Yeah.
Unless you turned it to us. Then you're stuffed.
in your stuff. But that's my game changer. It's simple, it's stupid, but it helps for you to go, God, because my son did it the other day, and my wife was about to phone a plumber, and it's like 800 rand out, come out, and they come and they go, oh no, don't worry, you just doing the tap, and then you still have to pay him. You can't be like, okay, cool, I'll get you next time.
No, I know how much Lucky hates paying the plumber.
Oh my gosh.
Did you watch too many, racy late night ETV shows where the plumber came in and
he
did the thing with the guy's
cleaning
wife?
more than pipes.
Game changer, do your own plumbing. Keep your marriage together.
Yes, yeah. Divorce is too easy. It's the easy way out. Hey, I think it's the easy way.
There's a little easier way. Just
Go get the milk.
disappearing.
Go get the milk.
Go get milk.
Go getting the milk.
You just run away.
Yeah.
Obviously,
New life, new face, new name. Well, not new face, new name.
it's a lot of work. Just imagine going through plastic surgery to get out of a relationship.
But if you change your name, you go to like an island in the Bahamas and you're living now on the beach life.
You don't need to change
and
your
your
face.
name's Chester.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a nice name. And you're there and Chester and everyone's Chester. Oh shit, yeah, it's me. Yeah, man. Yes, what? I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, you're like
Okay, so instead of moving to the Bahamas and becoming Chester.
it's an easier way to save your relationship.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to say about the 3x3 rule.
Okay.
It's a rule to save. It's especially for young couples. So for you, you're fine because you don't have children yet. So for people, young couples with children. That's what I mean.
Okay.
So how the 3x3 rule works is that the first 3 is giving yourself 3 hours a week. If you got children, give 3 hours a week to yourself. So block it off either.
Only 3.
Yeah, so it's an hour, or you can take all 3, but it's like 1 hour Monday, 1 hour Wednesday, 1 hour Thursday.
So you like slot off the time.
You slot off the time, and you know that even when it's tough and the baby's crying, you know that tonight 8 o'clock, I've got me time. I've got to just refocus.
Hey, babe, it's my hour. Take the child.
Take the child.
Yeah.
He's asleep. Whatever. You turn on the TV. You watch a bit of Man United. Hammers
Whatever
are playing,
you want.
Whatever you want. Okay.
60 minutes are up. The game's just heating up.
Yeah.
And you're back in the baby zone.
exactly. And in the other 3.
So 3 hours for yourself a week. That's the rule.
Yeah. Then the other 3 is 3 hours for you and your partner. So you know that you're going to put the babies down. Or there's a great guy called Jesse Itzler. He every Wednesday goes on a date with his wife. He said it from the beginning. When they were 1-2 years old, his mother would come. She knows. They'd come babysit, and he would go on a
I
date
think
with
that's
them.
the worst. I love it. Go on a date with your wife. That's brilliant. Set aside time to do it.
Yeah.
Cool. Every single week, it just becomes normal.
No, but this is my idea. So he did that every Wednesday. What I said is to Bianca, I said, if we had money and money if we had money wasn't a problem, I'd say this. Week 1, I come up with a date idea. Okay. Week 2, she comes up with a date idea. Week 3, we go on a date with a couple. So then you only have to come up with an idea every 3 weeks. So then the 4th week, I'm back again.
What if your partner drops the ball and you start fighting because they organize cuck dates?
Then they got to up the game, baby. They got to up the game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You got to have the game.
Yeah.
But I think so. That's actually quite cool because then it's week 1 we're going on a date. Week 2 we're going on a date again. Or maybe what you do is week 1 it's my date. Week 2 is a couple date. Week 3
Okay.
it's
Okay.
your
So 3 hours
3
a
hours
week.
a week with your partner. No children.
Who came up with this? Did you you have been unemployed?
Yeah,
Have you now?
I wish I could take some university out of Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
That's the one.
The
That's
Shire.
The Shire.
Yeah,
Yes,
out of the Shire.
So some dude, some university.
Okay, I like it.
psychologist, yeah.
Somebody who's
Yeah.
research.
Research.
I like it.
Yeah.
3 by 3, 3 hours
by
for
three.
yourself. What if I'm getting way more hours to myself?
Well, then you're lucky. You don't have children. That's why.
You see any greys here? Do you?
No.
I see yours.
Yeah.
I see those chaps in the beard here. They're coming along.
Yeah. So,
Okay, 3 by 3 rule.
3 by 3 rule.
Currently, I've got my wife and I on a once a month date night.
That's quite
But that's a formalized night.
Like blue in the-
Sometimes we have,
blue in the calendar. It's us. We're gonna do it.
yeah, but sometimes, you know how you can just have like, what's it, BD, before Diego.
Yes.
You could just have a nice dinner at home.
Yeah, you could do
And
whatever.
everybody's spontaneous.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
We try and have that as often as possible.
But that's cool though, because I think that's how you keep it interesting. Like you do things that makes the relationship a little bit more fun. Like you do create, oh my God, like, oh, what are we gonna do tonight? We have a movie. Like just watching a movie sometimes is nice. You're not talking, but to go out to the movies to experience the outing, and the best is when you're sitting at a restaurant, you're like, what is he wearing? That guy-
Yeah, if you're in a new relationship, you'll realize that as you get older in your relationship, you end up just being bitchy together.
Yeah. That's judging people as a
This whole podcast has been about judging people.
Anyways, there it is. 3 by 3 rule.
Nice.
Use it.
I like it. I'll try use it.
Yeah.
I'll report back. I'll let you know if it works.
Sweet.
Recap. You are the reason we do this podcast. We do it to make you just a little bit happier. We know life can be a little bit at times. So we thrive when you comment, get involved. And Lucky and I always say this, there's no time limit to your commenting, your WhatsApping. Whenever you get hold of us, go ahead.
Even listen, you might listen to a podcast that's episode
1.
1. And then if you comment to us on episode 7 about episode 1, we're not going to be like, listen, there's a time and a place. That's not this. This is not Oxford.
As you can see here, we may have just been talking about a 3 by 3 rule, but we're pretty loose with rules.
Yeah.
We follow them.
We're anytime by anytime rules.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So recap. We're always willing to recap. Saw Brendan got hold of us. We were talking about a terrible story last week about maggots and biltong.
Oh, man, that was such a good story, though. I told it. I sent Greg a message. I said, hey, man, please, can I tell the story?
So look, if you don't know, Lucky's working on East Coast Radio. I no longer work on radio. And I'm pretty much Lucky's unofficial producer.
Yeah.
Just uses
it's
almost...
it's really good. I wish I had a producer like you. It's really good. Like, when I told that story, bro, the phone lines, they lit up. Like, they've never lit up at my show. Like, literally, people were in with stories.
Well, I'm unemployed, so if you want to give me a portion of your measly salary. So Brendan said, yeah.
What is half of nothing?
Yeah. No. Nothing. Yeah. So quick recap. Brendan said wanted to buy biltong, but now has had second thoughts because of that terrible story.
Don't let it get you down, Brendan. And listen, actually, so as you know, I'm not making a lot of money, same as you. So I don't really get treats anymore. This is the longest I have gone without eating biltong. I'm sitting on 2 weeks.
Let's start a
now.
counter, 2 weeks. So
Sitting
we're at
on
the
2
2 week
weeks.
counter. How long are we going to push it?
But now that you've told me, I think I'm going to go today. I'm
Like an addict. You
Like-
just hear the word and your mind goes.
yeah, like I'm struggling. Like I see something brown, I'm like, oh no, that's poo.
You're always the first to bring up poo in the podcast for the last 3.
I know, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. Another recap. You sent me some homework.
Wait, so hold on. So Brendan didn't buy because of us.
He said he just felt like.
Let me tell you something, Brendan. I just want to say that I would never deprive you of not getting biltong, and I apologize on our behalf. I'm so sorry, man. Like,
No, it's good
You
to be
deserve
aware.
better.
It's good to look at your biltong before you eat nowadays.
yeah, but listen, if you're living in Joburg, Oh, we got so many good butchers, man. Just go to a butcher. Never buy biltong at like a shop. Go to a butcher. Yeah.
Okay, it's been said.
It's like when you're older and your mom yells at you, you're like, okay, I got it.
I get it.
I get it.
You don't need to. Ooh, you don't need to smack me. I know.
Yeah.
You told me to do some homework. You told me to watch a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky was raving about this movie.
I care a
Warning:
lot.
there may be spoiler alerts. We don't want to give anything away, though.
Yeah, so I said to watch a movie. I care a lot. It's on Netflix and it starts Rosamund Bum.
Rosamund Pike
That's
and Peter Dinklage.
Yes, great movie.
And I did think it was a good movie. You said to me you got so angry because you hated the character,
Yeah.
and you were so emotionally invested in that.
Yes.
So I did hate what she was doing as a character. If you should, yeah, what she's doing is wrong, but then
you got over it.
no. Tick, 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 tick. The wheel of karma came back round, in my opinion.
Oh, yes, yeah. Without saying spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But can I say this? Let's go back to, let's not talk about, we'll talk about that now. Let's go back to
What she was doing.
what she was doing. It got me so angry
So
because
we can say this. She was stealing money from old people.
from moms, bro.
Oh, and you thought about your mom.
It got it got
yeah.
got Greg. Like, you can mess with a man. Like, there's a saying, and a lot of people, if you don't care about cars, but they say you never mess with a man's car. Okay, but I believe in this. You don't mess with a man's wife. You don't mess with a man's children. And you do not mess with a man's mother. Like, a man's mother, you don't mess. Like, and when I say man, I mean anyone. I really mean anyone. I really don't mean. But you don't mess with a man's wife.
You don't
or
mess with
mother.
anyanyone's mom.
Yeah,
Anyone's
it's
partner.
unacceptable. Like, it's just dude. And I was furious. I was sitting here like,
Oh, man.
like I got really
I
like.
can see why you would.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
got really like. And okay, can I say this?
Don't give anything away.
No. About the movie, my mom got like, you know what SAS is?
Sasses.
SASA. S-A-S-S-A.
SASA, grant.
SASA, the grants. She got someone almost like
Jacked her.
jacked her and like almost like
Stole
stole
her
her
grant.
money. So dude, like, I was on the phone. My mom was telling me the story. Almost crashed my
A
car.
friend of mine's, yeah, hey, if you're in your 60s or 70s, warning.
There's a thing going around. They come to your house.
Friend of mine got scammed. Her dad ended up giving away bank details. Like,
They will never ask you for your bank details on
yeah,
the phone.
you've just got to be so alert. No, but they're so
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah.
They're so professional. So
Yeah.
just be aware of that.
Like, and
Scams.
and I've become like, yeah, and it is. It's just it like it went into me like a and I've never been that angry in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen them kill children in movies and whatever, and
You're cool with killing kids. Just don't wrong my mama.
I got it really, it messed me.
Yeah,
Like,
I
was
I
like,
can- your mom is also, she's recently a single mom.
yeah.
She's,
And you know what the thing is? Like, in my head, I was like, bro, this is a movie. But also in my head, I was going, but there's truth to it.
yeah.
Because you know, when they write movies, an idea comes from a kernel. It comes from something. So someone
Yes.
has been doing this.
Like the dragon comes from the lizard.
That's the worst analogy.
The unicorn comes from the horse.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I was saying.
Okay.
But listen, if you want to watch a movie, do watch it. It's not an award-winning movie, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I think we should start a movie club. We should go to the movies, man.
dude, we would yeah. I would actually.
We would probably have no one come anyway.
No, I think we would like, but we only do. Me and Greg. So
Maybe we'll do a movie club. Let's
Greg,
park that.
Greg
Let's-
won't watch a movie. Like, you won't finish a movie if you don't like it. Would you walk out of a movie theater?
I haven't done it in a long time. I did it once though.
Yeah. You ever want to see the worst
Okay.
movie in the world? The Avengers, not the new one with the heroes. It's the English one with Uma Thurman.
No, isn't that the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
No, it's called The Avengers.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Recap.
Okay.
A few episodes ago, if you were remembering, just like when, you know, Lucky doesn't follow through with posting anything in the comments, you know, like a colleague of yours who says, yeah, no, sure, I'll do it, and then they never do it. You know the type of person. Sometimes you have to pick up the slack for them.
Yeah.
You have to do things for them. We spoke about Lucky wants to get a pen pal.
Oh my gosh. Did you give me a pen pal? What's her name?
Okay. So I haven't gone through, obviously, I'm also like that colleague. I don't pull through with all the hard work always. I give you trouble, but so what I've done is I've written the first letter that you can go in with.
You shouldn't have done that because now when I write her, let's see like this is not the same dude. That
No, I haven't
this
sent
looks
it to her.
grammatically bad compared to the first one.
You've changed.
Yeah.
So would you like me to read it to you, or would you like to read the letter you're going to send?
You read it to me. You read it to me.
Okay, so I'm just going. I haven't got her name yet. We'll have to still sign up for the service, but here it goes. Dear Beryl, octogenarian overseas lady. That means she's in her 80s. I hope you're well. My name is Lucky Duplessis, and I've always wanted to have a pen pal. I would like to get to know more about you. Tell me about your long life. Have you got any grandchildren? Have you ever been arrested? What's the wildest thing you've done? I would prefer to be pen pals with someone who has lived life to the fullest.
Nice.
Are your tattoos saggy, or do they still look cool? Now, Lucky did say that was one of his things. He wanted them to be a badass.
Yeah. I want them to have been to jail at least once.
Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've never really wanted to work too hard, so I became a radio DJ. I work on weekends, and during the week, I give my wife grey hairs. At high school, I drank a bottle of vodka and died. I had to be revived. Not once, but twice.
3 times, actually. Yeah.
Oh, 3 times.
3 times.
I'll have to fix that on.
Yeah.
I have been arrested. See, no need to be shy. You could tell me if you were. It's a long story, but to sum it up, you could say I was running around a small seaside town in my underpants. Another time I was caught with my pants down was after an especially feisty date kicked me out of the house without clothes. A friend's mom spotted me in morning traffic in the nude. I've had run-ins with assassins. I've played rock, paper, scissors with Ryan Giggs and Thierry Henry. And I drink a certain brand of whiskey because David Beckham personally told me to.
I've lived a good life. God, if you do really like that, I've lived a really...
Enough about me. We'll have months to find out all the juicy details about my adoption, being banned from a local casino, and how I rode a skateboard over my 2-year-old son that one time. I hope you have good health insurance so these conversations can last a while. Regards, Lucky Duplessis.
That's a great letter. You couldn't have written that better.
Hey, and it sums up real things that have happened in your life.
Just continue writing it for me, and then
Yeah,
I'll just...
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
P.S. I know on the surface it seems bad, but I'm actually a nice guy. You can check out my podcast I do with my amazing, wonderful, funny, handsome friend Greg on YouTube. It's called Greg and Lucky's Happy Hour. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you get notifications when we upload a new episode.
You had me at the beginning. No, that's what she's gonna write.
Yeah.
You had me.
Okay, well,
You had me in the first half.
I'll send that off. We'll find a Beryl or
That's
someone.
cool. Yeah, that's a dope.
Because I knew you weren't going to do it. So
Yeah,
I
I actually completely forgot about it, but that's such a good letter. Yeah.
I completely forgot is not an excuse.
Yes, it is.
No, it's a terrible
I
excuse.
once had to say that to...
Oh, officer, I completely forgot it was illegal to jaywalk. Oh, I completely forgot I couldn't go at 120.
Oh, gosh. Okay. That's awesome. That's a really good letter. I like that. But find a Beryl and then I'll start chatting to her. But now you've kind of given her the trailer.
Yeah, well, so then there's a whole movie to be written.
Yeah, but...
Trilogy. I mean, what did Star Wars do? They did 9.
Yeah.
I don't know what
The same goddamn family. Like...
Yeah.
It's like the galaxy is all about them.
A whole galaxy. The universe.
Okay, I like it. That was really cool. It was a good recap. Good
Thanks.
3 recaps.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, we're always willing to recap. If you've got any comments, hit us up. You can send our WhatsApp 084 442 4545.
Jobs. We don't have them. We're both looking for jobs. As if you're a long-time listener, you'll know that we've been looking. We've been doing stuff.
Lucky's pretty much open for anything from being a restaurant manager to CEO.
Dude, I've actually thought about it. Like, I don't have any shame anymore. Like, I'll be a manager.
I don't think there's shame in that.
I'll be a waiter. Actually, it would be cool to be a waiter, because I think the skills that you learn from meeting people and speaking to them, I just don't remember orders.
People treat you like shit.
No, they do, but I wouldn't remember orders. Like, you said you wanted a salad, right? Caprese?
Yeah, you can't even remember names. So how are you going to remember salads?
Yeah, and
the special today is where's the board?
it's a salmon with.
Oh no, we don't have salmon. Tuna. So we open. We're available. We're shopping around, doing the job grind. If you're at it, good luck.
Funny enough, Greg and I both went for interviews yesterday, and you did a Teams or Zoom, and I went personal. I did a in person.
Yeah. So Lucky and I had a meeting just before that, and Lucky was like, "Why are you wearing a collared shirt?" And I was like, "I'm going for an interview."
I was like, "Why did you dress like this for this meeting? Like, everyone's cameras off." Like, and he's like, "No, I gotta go for interview now." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
But so the thing is, I was thinking about that, bro. Do you have to wear a collar shirt or a fancy shirt when you go for an interview on Zoom?
No, I don't think so. But I wanted to look professional because my hair throws people off. They go, "Oh, homeless."
But I was like gonna say no, and then I was like, "Well, yeah, you do. Yeah, you look homeless." But okay, so you think you do have to wear a collar shirt? You think you'd have to wear something fancy?
I try balance out the look because you look pretty neat in this black T-shirt right now. If you're listening, like he's wearing a black T-shirt, his hair's done, he's not wearing a cap for once.
Yeah,
and it looks good. You look neat. That's what your company wants. They want somebody who's going to look professional.
Look professional. But then I have the question: what if I'm interviewing for a graphic designer? Graphic designers don't dress fancy.
Yeah, but you never know. It doesn't matter what the graphic designer. They're hiring you. The person.
But would this look be fun? So if you're looking at the camera wearing long black jeans.
Well, look, I think your fashion sense always gets me a little bit. Like he's got jeans on with these manufactured little slits in them that just look like a waste of some poor Asian lady's line on the factory floor who was sitting there with a razor blade going. Other than that, I think you look good.
Fine. But I do want to talk about interviews because
You went for one as well.
I went for one
and
as well.
You went for one in person.
Yes, but I have to be honest, man. Like, they say that there's a saying, potato, you know? And,
you say it all the time.
I say it all the time, and
I've
the thing
never
is,
ever called it a potato. But
nobody has. Nobody that's got sense has. But I have to be honest. An interview is like it's like a date, man. It's stressful. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so. Like there's things you gotta be on the whole time. You know,
where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Yeah, like these questions they ask.
What do you do for fun?
And it's about how you answer each question because they want to know like how's he thinking. And the lady's like, so the thing I've got to be honest with you, you're
also on your best form. You're trying to be charming. You're trying to be engaging,
interesting,
everything.
Exactly,
entertaining.
And I think I've got a weakness that I say too much. Bianca even said it to me because she listened to one interview and she was like, "Yo, babe, like you
talk
like,
too much.
Like, you say like I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like I say too much honesty. Like they said to me this.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So
but
some
can
people,
also be
some managers might really like that. Some managers might really not like that. So I make the joke. I always call Lucky Diva Duplessis. But when you and I were working in radio, there were things that you did not back down on, and you would go into a meeting. I'd be like, "Lucky, play it cool, brother." No, and Lucky would be like, "This is bullshit. Why don't people do their fucking jobs?" And then the boss would be like, "Well, that's true. Why aren't they doing their jobs?" And I was just like, "Just be cool, son."
Greg would pull a face if he was angry, and sometimes I would have to be like, "Listen." So I
give me the smile face.
I say to Greg, like, if I'm touching my face, you look too angry, smile. So then I'll be like this, and then Greg would be like,
a forced smile.
Yeah. So like they asked questions, and then they asked the question of money, and it's one of those things where you're going,
love it, would love to have more. It's not the number one thing in my life, but I love a lot more of it.
Exactly, yeah. And
You didn't know what number to go in with.
I actually had to be like, do you go in at this number and it's a bit too low, and then they overworked you, then you guys should have gone in higher, or do you go in with this number and it's high, and then they go, oh, but we don't want him because he's too expensive. But you're like, but guys, I'm expensive because I'm good. I've been in the industry for long.
It's the desperate scale. How badly do you need the job?
Yeah.
So if you're going low, it's because you really need the job.
Yeah.
If you're going really high, it's because you're not desperate enough yet.
Oh, okay.
So did you go in low?
No,
you're desperate. A little low.
I went in.
Maybe it's Goldilocks.
I should have gone in a little bit higher, I think. But it's a stressful question, and it's such a loaded
Well,
question.
the moment we get up to 100,000 subscribers, which is probably just a couple months from now,
Exactly.
then YouTube's going to give us an income as well.
Yeah, then we don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
But
so then this will just supplement your low income that you asked for.
But it is such a weird to be like. Now you got to be like, okay, cool.
Well, you had a friend, or have a friend, who you say almost hasn't been in one job for more than 2 years, just climbing the financial ladder. And at some stage in your career, you do actually have to do it. Otherwise, you do stagnate.
You do stagnate, and you only get like a certain one. And like, I think that the reason people jump around is they want more money, and then they get to a point where they high enough where they. But he told us that he was only after money. He says, I don't really like. And it's not
about the experience, the work-life balance.
He was just trying to get rich as quickly as he could. And,
okay,
but that's just his
without
thing.
turning to crime.
Exactly, without turning to cocaine. Yeah.
What was the interview? The interview like a date? Have they invited you back for a second date?
Well, I don't know. I'll find out at the end.
Or are you going to get to take them home?
Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you about interviews. What's the furthest? Because the place where, if I get it working, is quite far from my place. I thought about that. What's the furthest you'll go? You'll work.
In all the things I've said, willing to relocate.
Really?
Yeah. If the doll hairs are enough, I'm going.
You're going?
Well, I mean, I have to talk to my wife.
Okay, but if you stay in Joburg, okay, if you stay where you stay, so you stay in Sandton, whatever.
Yeah.
And your job is in the south of Joburg. So you got to get on the highway.
Yeah, I'd do an hour commute. I'd say would be the kind of ideal.
That would be the.
Ideally, I'd want a 20-minute commute.
Yeah, obviously.
But ideally, I want to be employed.
Yeah.
So that window's open.
Is open, yeah.
And then you'd have to gauge how often you'd go into the work or how often.
Yeah. Because I have to say,
I applaud those people who go
3 hours.
5 days a week, like in Durban, and then they come home to Joburg from the weekends.
Are those people also cheating on their husbands and wives?
They're just making ends meet, Lucky. Making ends meet. What if Lux was one of us? Just a schmuck like some of us. Just a guy who likes to cuss, trying to make his way through. What would Lucky do? Normally, when you hear the segment, we're sitting down trying to solve moral dilemmas. We want to know what Lucky would do from his moral standpoint. Yeah. Now, I'm just going to give you a situation. This isn't a moral dilemma because it actually involves crime, which I know you would only do if it was going to bring you joy. Mm. So here's the thing, and I'd like you to play along with me as well. You're a burglar. You're into housebreaking. Okay? Caseless joint, real nice. You go, okay, cool. I'm going in. They've got the whole works, big screen TV, jewelry, maybe even a safe behind a painting. You're casing everything. You're getting it all. Like maybe throwing it into the back of a Hilux, whatever you have. And maybe even steal their car. Maybe they left the keys and you got those as well. You get to the kitchen. And there's a delicious meal in the fridge. What do? You steal the meal? have a taste? Or do you just do your business and get out? Maybe you forgot to eat on the way into work.
I've already stolen like a TV and like laptops. And why am I going to be afraid of stealing a sandwich?
Would you take the sandwich?
Of course I would. If I'm stealing a TV, a laptop, and of course I'm going to take the sandwich. The sandwich is the least of my worries. As long as I don't drip some of it from my mouth to it and they got the DNA, I'm going to rinse the plate out maybe.
Here's the thing. Criminal made the same mistake you were going to make. There was some Bratwurst in a German home.
Yeah.
So just Wurst. They chowed some. Left the other half at the scene.
Oh.
9 years later, same guy was caught in some crime in a French place. Europe, they've got a centralized DNA system.
Yeah.
They found his DNA so he showed his DNA from the Vos incident.
Yeah.
Showed up when they clocked him after they caught him for the French incident. 9 years later, just because he was hungry. So
when they caught him first, they didn't have his DNA.
they didn't catch him.
They didn't catch. So
they came to the house and then they were like, hey, that's a half-eaten sausage. They took that and they got the DNA from it.
Yeah.
And he didn't show up on any system.
Yeah.
But then they store your DNA.
Yeah. Until the next.
And then he
time.
came up on the system the next time.
And
And they're
then
like,
it beeps.
this isn't his first crime. He was involved in some kind of thing in Germany, but they didn't know it was him yet.
How many years did he get?
I don't know. I don't know how many years they've gotten, but the crime has been solved after 9 years. And in the article, there were 3 other crimes that all the people had been caught for snacking on the job. So just lesson for criminals. Pop by the drive-through first, get full up, and then go in for your crime.
I thought you were gonna go that he bit this bratwurst and somebody had planted. It was poison, but it was like Brooklax.
Oh,
So he went to the toilet.
he left a lot more DNA behind. My father-in-law calls the news the horror. So
You see on the horror.
my mother-in-law loves watching the news, and he's like, "Oh, Tanya, are you watching the horror again?" And she is. She's watching the news.
Yeah.
We are now going to bring you some horror stories.
Yes. Yeah. We are.
It's last week, whenever. So
obviously we're
whenever
just
you're listening to this.
We're just recapping the week, but it's obviously whenever you're listening to this, it's last week, whenever.
Things that have happened so far. Some interesting things all around the world. Meghan Markle interview happened. There's been a follow-up.
Yeah, Piers Morgan obviously quit his job at Good Morning Britain, and then people did a petition and they hashtagged it "Bring Back Piers," and it's backfired because people were like, "Yo, bring back Piers. We really miss Piers. They're so beautiful. Like, look at," and then they had photos of different Piers from all over the world.
Piers,
Yeah.
like a fishing
Like a
pier or a
fishing
dock
pier
where
or
you
a
walk
dock,
out on
yeah.
a pier.
So it's really backfired, and people have like, and they're
So
like,
what, you got lost between Piers Morgan fans
Yeah,
and
and
people just trolling it.
trolling it, and then they had broken Piers, and they were like, "Yeah, no,
Bring back
we really
Piers.
need to look after Piers, and if you can, then we can bring back Piers, and they can connect us." And it was just people. It was so great. It was so funny. Yeah, so that was cool.
Must be nice to
Have time, yeah.
but I mean, to be so kind of confident that you'll get another job to walk away from one.
Hey, like to just be like,
I'm
"Fine,
done.
I'm out."
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I've
Did you
made a
see-
fool of myself.
Did you see
and
that
I'm
one?
done.
What's the name to replace him? The guy from Top Gear, the old host.
Oh, Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, I mean he's great, but I don't think he can.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's hilarious.
He is quite funny. So I'm glad that they're probably not going to bring back Piers, but they might restore some.
Yes, yeah. Always save a Pier.
Also in Australia, this last week, they had an event set up by a bunch of cyclists
Yeah.
to protest against, how cyclists are treated on the road.
Okay.
Raise awareness about cyclist safety.
Yeah.
But they arranged it with a nude cycle around town.
I saw that on what's the name? Yeah.
Now here's the thing.
Iggy Azalea tweeted about it. That's where I saw it.
What's your toilet? What's your bicycle seat going to smell like after that? Because a bicycle seat's a cheek spreader, in my opinion.
Yeah. So you got your cheeks spreading nice there. Your nads are right on the little
Oh,
thing in the
oh.
front. They're just hanging off either left or
Anyway,
right.
so they've raised awareness at least.
Yeah, that's quite nasty.
I think it's
I love it.
nasty.
Listen, I've got to be honest. The thing I like about Australia is that they don't take themselves too seriously, and they
But they do have serious laws that are quite constricting.
yeah. So that's it. But they are quite a funny country. They're quite a fun country.
Yes,
fun country.
Yes, yeah, they are.
Yeah. Also filled with racists, but anyways.
And cheats.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, you've
cheats.
seen them on the cricket field.
Oh, good. Like I
I
mean,
can't believe that's just flown under the radar.
how was that happening, bro?
They were banned for a year. The guy's now playing again. He's like one of the greatest cricketers in the world. He was just caught doing another kind of cheat system.
And it's like, bro,
Stop.
just be good. Like,
Yeah.
and also it's not like it's between mates. It's not like we're playing a mate to like.
You are a professional.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that was that, and then we have the Spain 4-day work week.
Oh, so first time that a country is going to implement it fully. So a business in New Zealand did it. Microsoft trialed it as well. Now Spain, their left-wing party suggested it, put a proposal through to government. Government's going to implement it in August. And apparently they've got about 7,000 employees taking part. It's not government employees, it's of corporations.
Can I just say, this is coming from a country that has a nap during the day. How much time off do you need? You know what I'm saying?
Shut your mouth.
Okay.
In my opinion, Lucky Duplessis. I would love it. Just imagine nap time.
We are.
Oh, we'll finish the next hour of the podcast in just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We are. So as a nation, I think we're one of the hardest working people in the world. We are. That's why, and we're also cheap resource. That's why everyone uses us. But we don't have, and obviously it's because, Europe does have longer days because the sun shines there for longer because of where they're situated. Understandable. That's why Spain has siestas. But, okay, brother, you have siestas.
Now you want a 4-day work
A
week?
4-day work week, like, come pull it together.
What else are you going to do?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But listen, I think it is. I do believe we.
well,
as a-
unrelated news, I've applied for Spanish citizens. And then other news that happened, the Grammys. I read a couple articles about it. People said it was finally a good awards ceremony. It was a real celebration of music. They had artists performing their own songs and all these things. I hate award ceremonies. I hate watching them.
Yeah.
I think it's painful.
Yeah.
Trevor Noah apparently did a very good job hosting. It wasn't too kind of self-indulgent.
Yeah.
And one of the big things out of it was the weekend, not Saturday and Sunday.
The
but
artist.
The artist has decided he's going to boycott the Grammys. If you don't know, he's got a big song, Blinding Lights, huge song, was biggest song for ages, didn't get nominated for anything.
Yeah. Which is that song lasted 52 weeks on Billboard top 10.
Well, that's huge.
Yeah.
How many weeks in a year? 52.
Yeah. So it's a year.
So a whole year in the top 10.
Yeah, on the top 10. Yeah.
So he's actually taken a leaf out of Lucky in my book. Lucky and I no longer entered the radio awards.
Yeah.
Because one, we don't have a show, and two, because we never won one.
Yeah. They've always given us the shaft.
So Weekend gave me a ring. I said no, bro, boycott.
Yeah.
No.
So Weekend. Yeah.
So that's what happened this week.
That's what happened in this week. Whenever.
Even the Pope hates things. You know, he's supposed to be the most pious man and all forgiving and the closest to God. But everybody hates things. There's things that give everybody a niggle.
Yeah.
Get their goat.
I do wonder what he hates though.
He hates it when people try and kiss his ring too much. I've seen him pull away from people before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't he stop that? Because he was actually like, it's such a authoritarian kind of thing for somebody to.
I think so. I don't know the full story,
Yeah.
but I know he said no more
Yeah,
kissing
he
of the
said no
ring.
more. He
Like,
said
I don't want your gross lips. I know where they've been.
Yeah.
You may be a polite member of society, but I know what happens.
Yeah, but that's a weird thing, anyways.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody hates things. We are going to try and change that.
So
You're going to
this
have to sell the things you hate. It's time for Shit Tank, baby.
We haven't done it in a while, but it's write a whole bunch of things that I hate. I put it on the bar. Greg then has to convince me that it's not as bad, and vice versa. But this week it's Greg's turn.
If you are the Pope and you hate something, you can also submit it. Or even if you're not the Pope, you can let us know if there's something you really hate that we need to try sell to you in a 1-minute unprepared speech. These are your things today, Lux.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to sell this to you. Humble bras.
Humble brags.
Humble brag.
Humble brag.
Humble brag.
So I'll tell you about humble
I
brag.
was just wondering what a humble bra is. Like, what are you going to get? Small boobs.
Yeah. So a humble brag is
I know what a humble brag is.
You know what a humble
Like,
brag is, but it's like people without bragging that they really brag, and it's like, okay, you just told us that story so that you could tell us that. But like yesterday, I wrote this thread on Twitter about the app industry or whatever, and how hard it is to build an app. And then this guy tweeted, he's like, nobody's gonna just join you just because you have a good idea, and then they're gonna do all the work, whatever. And then he's like, why don't you look at this company?
And it was his company.
And it was his company, and I was like, bro, but that's a little.
Why doesn't he say my company? Why don't you look at my company?
No, he didn't. He said this company, and I was like, I wanted to write back. I didn't even answer it because I was like, this is just
Yeah, but like the humble brag can also happen on the nursery school playground where you're like, oh, Tiago's already doing pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And someone's like, oh, okay. Cool, I guess.
Well, I think that's sort of the...
Yeah.
So I've got to sell you humble bragging
Humble brag.
in
Wow,
1 minute.
Bragging is good.
Okay, well, this is going to be
You can look on the
easy.
dictionary and see what humble brag is and which way.
No, I understand the definition
understand?
of a humble
Okay.
brag.
All right,
It's
okay.
just,
Bring it.
yeah, bring it.
Okay.
Hit the timer.
Hold on.
Let's go. 1 minute to sell you on the humble brag. The humble brag is better than the outright brag. When somebody comes at you just bragging for the sake of bragging, you're going, okay, well, come on. Humble brag, at least they're being honest enough to sneak it in. They're not just bragging straight to your face. They're just having a quick little humble brag. Another thing that is really great about humble brags is it allows you to do the same thing. You can brag. Yeah, I've got a podcast with 235 subscribers. I've also seen YouTube. You just sneak it in.
That's definitely a humble brag.
Very humble. So I think also the thing about a humble brag is it's always good to be confident in yourself. So sometimes, you got to boost your own self-esteem. And if you've got nowhere else to do why not sneak it in with a humble brag? Thank goodness the time I went over.
That was actually good. You did that well.
Thank you.
I've got to be honest. You actually did that quite well.
Thank you.
I'm
I used to debate.
yeah.
See, it was that lot of humble
Yeah,
brag.
I was humble
I used
brag.
to be on the radio.
Yes. I know how to speak. I used to be on the radio. Yeah, that was not bad. That was not bad.
Yeah, I mean, you got to brag every now and then.
I do like the humble brag that you got to boost yourself. Boost yourself.
Yeah.
Subconsciously.
That's the thing. I mean, if you delete all your social media, where else are you just supposed to blab random crap into the wilderness?
Actually, when I climbed Kilimanjaro like 2 years ago, I was like, that's kind of a humble brag.
Yeah, somebody's like, oh man, my legs are sore. Like I went for a hike yesterday. Well, when I climbed Kilimanjaro, my legs were also a bit sore.
You're like,
okay, champ, it's not about you.
okay, so we went from I hurt my leg and now you're talking about Kilimanjaro. Yeah, when I climbed it.
Okay, it's all about you, isn't it? Oh man, it sucks for those people. We are running out of time, so we're not going to get to the question crane today.
Yeah, but thank you so much. And another podcast, another week. Remember, we love your feedback, your comments. Chat to us. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're up to, what's going on, and anything new. This is actually what I wanted to say. We are always trying to make this podcast better. That's why we come up with like new things and features, whatever. Please give us suggestions of things you like or don't like, because I don't think we've ever asked for that. And if you think,
I don't like the podcast. Well, I'm sorry. Can't improve that.
yeah. But yeah, so if there is anything that you think, hey, Greg and Lucky, why don't you guys do this? That could be
No,
cool.
we're open to suggestions. Suggestion box is always open.
Yeah. So please hit us up.
Have a good one. We hope that you are a little bit happier. And maybe you should just go out there and if you take one thing from the show today, have a little humble brag. Yeah, I've subscribed to a podcast or two.
You should do. Greg and Lucky's. Hit that bell so that they can, let you know.
Have a lacquer one. We'll catch you soon.
Cheers.